What's good, y'all? This is going to be the first in a series of videos chronicling my new recording studio build. And I promise I will not be eating a sandwich in every single video. But anyways, a little bit of history on me and recording studios. I've built 2.5 recording studios in my lifetime. And I say half because the first one was just a music production studio that I built in my mother's living room with some car audio speakers and a PlayStation that I could make beats on. And I actually recorded a couple songs over those beats that I sequenced out and learned a thing or two about mixing. Well, bad mixing anyway. Fast forward a year or two, I was renting my first space. And I built a little bedroom studio in this little bungalow I had. Microphone attached to the wall with a little piece of styrofoam, handling some of that vocal slapback, as I called it at the time. And I recorded a couple albums there and actually made some decent money selling them, despite the muddiness of those mixes. And they were, well, they did what they needed to do. The most recent studio I built was in 2015, 2015. Another one-room recording studio in the bedroom of a townhome I was renting. Wasn't a cube like the first one, but it wasn't ideal. Now here we are, and I own a home inside of which there's a vacant apartment that I'm not using for anything else, and I'm gonna build a studio, babies. Let's check it out. Now, as I enter what will be my control room, I am sure you can hear that I've got my work cut out for me. The reverberance in here is amazing. Anyways, take a look at the room. So this room is 17 feet by just about 10.5 feet by 7.5 foot ceiling. So a little lower ceiling than what I think might be ideal, but I worked out the length-width ratio to just about 1.62. And so those of you, a few of you might know a thing or two about ratios with regards to sound and a few other things. And so if you know what that's about, leave a comment. I'll shout out, maybe we'll say the first 3 people who know a thing or two about that particular ratio of length to width, at least in particular. And so one thing I really like about this particular space is, I don't know if you can see it actually, the ceiling has a smooth transition to the wall, and that's on both the front and back walls. And so, I'm thinking that's gonna work in my favor. I'm thinking it might. We're gonna see one way or another. Now here's one major difference, another rather major difference between this studio and my facilities of the past. And this is what I'm particularly excited about is my microphone is not going to be in the same room as my speakers. This is going to be my live room. And as you can hear, it's pretty live. We're going to, put some on the floor, put some around the wall, ceiling, and we're going to tame that sound to where we want it. And we'll see what we can do. Something I really like about this particular setup is this room extends a little bit further in terms of the exterior dimensions of the home than the control room. And so when I go into this closet, if you can see it here, the side wall of this closet goes right through to the front wall of the control room. So I'm gonna run some cables through there. And then hopefully the fact that they're running through a closet with that little bit of extra airspace will help me out in terms of not having the sound go back and forth between those two rooms. And by virtue of the fact that this is an entire living space, this studio has its own bathroom, if you can see that. Has its own kitchen, sans appliances for now, and has another bedroom that I'm thinking I might outfit into, say, a lounge area / writing room, which I'm thinking is going to be cool. And so that is my space. In the next video, I'm going to be coming back here into the control room, and I'm going to be taping off some areas on the floor. Be doing some calculations, some more measurements, taping off some areas on the floor that I think might work well for speaker placement, taping off some areas that I think might work well for my sweet spot, my listening area placement where my chair should be, and hopefully responding to some questions, some comments, maybe utilizing some advice that I might get from you guys. And we're going to be buying some gear, which is really going to be the fun part. In the meantime, if you're wanting to come along with me on this journey, please do like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified as we progress along this path. It's going to be fun. In the meantime, peace, y'all.